showtime.
It's your boy, Quazio. What's up, YouTube? It's your boy, Quazio. And also, I'm here with Goo Gaming. And he also, we're going to get to his deck list a little later. What you play today?
I played Floodwandereeze.
And what place you came in?
I got 8.
So let's get right into it.
Alright, so we have the basic Floodwandereeze package of the 3 Rabina, 3 Eagland. You have to play these. These are the main core of the deck. Then I only played 1 Toucan and 1 Stree. A lot of people play 2 Stree, but it's pretty dead unless you have more extenders for the core. So drawing it's actually pretty terrible. I play 1 Impin, 1 Mega Ryza, and 1 Avion. I've seen a lot of people that play 4 total 7 drops or higher, and it just makes the deck brick so much harder than just playing 3. So for hand traps, I got 3 Ash. A lot of people aren't even playing anything in this deck as far as hand traps go besides D-Shifter, and with the Brave package running around, you have to be able to stop the Griffin hitting the board. So then we got the 3 D-Shifter. Pretty much have to play these. It doesn't affect the deck at all, and there's a lot of matchups where it just gives you a free win. We have the 1 Barrier statue. The deck doesn't special summon at all, and it, again, a free win against a lot of decks. And then I play 1 of Harpy Dancer. This is a extender. It also helps with Harpy's Featherstorm out of the sideboard because you can cast it from hand. And using Harpy Dancer, one of the end boards you can actually end on is Impin, and you get to end on the trap card and the continuous spell instead of just the trap card. So it makes your turn 1 board a lot harder to break.
What you think about the Harpy Dancer in main deck? How was it today?
I used it twice, both times with the combo I just said, using it to get Impin, and my ending board both games were Impin with the field spell that lets you tribute your opponent's stuff, and the trap card that lets me normal summon. So normally you don't get the field spell unless you open with it, but it just makes it to where you can summon Impin twice in a turn. It's also good for putting Ryza back in your hand if you have to bounce multiple cards on your opponent's board and you can't recycle Ryza. It can just put Ryza right back in your hand so you can start recycling it again. So it's a really sweet tag. And then onto the spells. We have the 3 of each, Prod of Prosperity and Dualities. Pretty much have to play these. The whole deck relies on getting Rabina or Eagland and or Map. So just any type of dig that you can go in to try to get those cards. We have the 3 Maps and the 3 Advents. Advent is the new card that just came out recently. It pretty much replaced Book of Moon a lot in this deck. It helps get Map, and it helps get around hand traps like Ghost Ogre or Imperm or anything like that. And it also gains 500 life. I actually won in time today because I gained 500.
It's pretty sick.
Did you miss the book too? A lot of people play both.
So I actually played both. I played 2 Book of Moon. Just because you still have to out hand traps, and one of the worst matchups for this deck is the Print Kids because they main like 16 hand traps, and you just have to have a way around them. And then I did triple Lightning Storm, triple Dark Ruler. Again, this deck cannot out many boards going second, so without the Dark Rulers, you almost just auto-concede on a lot of games. I played 3 Phantom Knights decks today, and only reason I won is because I was able to just get around their turn 1 play. And then Lightning Storm, this deck still has a hard time with Eldritch, just maining Skill Drain or like Tikaboo or anything like that. So you have to be able to out it on 1.
Keep going.
We play 1 of the continuous spell. This is the one that I was talking about. It lets you tribute your opponent's monsters, so you can get it with Impin, and it sets up for your turn 2 plays because you can tribute on your opponent's turn. So there was a game today I tributed 3 times on my opponent's turn and just got rid of his whole board. We play the 1 of Called By because you got to be able to get rid of the hand traps. Mainly Lancia is the only way to hit Lancia in the main deck, and I played against 2 people today main decking it and just got blown out both times because I didn't have this. And then we play 1 Floodwandereeze and the Dreamtown. So this is the trap card. It just lets you normal summon on your opponent's turn, and it makes it to where you can just do your whole combo on their turn and get Apex Avion in play. And then for the sideboard, I played one nib. This was awful in this deck. Definitely wouldn't do it again. I don't think I ever used it, just because every single deck was playing the Brave Engine, and most of the time, if you're going to be able to out the Brave Engine decks, you don't need the nib to get rid of the Griffin, because you're going to have Dark Ruler. I played one Dark Smorg. Also for the Eldritch decks, I didn't play any today, but I have auto won games against Eldritch when they couldn't out it. I played one Droll and Lockbird, mainly just for the Brave decks. Hope they have a bad hand and it stops their combo. We played one DD Crow, just because you can also search this off of Rabina, because it's a wing beast, so it's essentially a free hand trap that you can search. I played 3 Cosmic Cyclone, mainly for Eldritch again, but it also came up against the Phantom Knight decks, and I played against the Mystic Mind deck and kind of blew them out.
Nice.
I main deck or side deck a D-Fisher.
How was that today?
The D-Fisher, I brought it in pretty much every game. Anytime I go first, I bring this card in because it outs Ghost Ogre, and Ghost Ogre and Droll and Lockbird are 2 of the biggest hand traps against this deck, and this just stops both of them. I sided this in, Terraforming, and the one Mystic Mine. This card used to be really good in this deck, but it's gotten so much worse with the Brave package running around because they just get to return it to your hand for free. Probably take this out because it literally doesn't do anything. And then I played 3 Harpies Featherstorm. Pretty much have to play this going first. It makes it to where your opponent just skips their turn when you go first. And then there are some games I actually brought it in going second because I can use it with Harpy Dancer. And like there was a game against the Brave Engine where I summoned Harpy Dancer and then used Map, and he tried Griffin Map, and I got to cast this from hand, and then I killed him that turn.
Wow, that card literally insane.
And then I also sided 2 Icarus attacks.
I was on Icarus attacks today.
They won me pretty much every game. Anytime I go first, I bring them in. It makes your ending boards really unbreakable. If you have Barrier Statue and Impin, or like Avion Impin and a little bird with Icarus attack, your opponent pretty much can't out that unless they just have all outs and none of their combo pieces. It also is really good against the Brave stuff. When they activate Faithful Adventure, or to get the Griffin to hand, you just blow up the token and the adventure, and it's just free. And then for the extra deck, it's pretty standard. This extra deck you almost never use. Underworld Goddess I've used before. I didn't get to use it this tournament. Then we have the Downed Magician, the Water Charmer. We can actually go into this. You almost never will, but you can. Same with the Wind, so you can make both of these with this deck since the little guys are either winds or waters. We played the 2 Elders just because if we play against Dogmatica, it's just free cards that we actually get to use the extra deck, so there's no point not to play those. Play the Unicorn, Cyber Dragon Nova, Omega, Nightmare Phoenix, Relinquished Anima. Again, all these are just pretty much fodder. I don't think I've ever seen a situation for this deck where I need to make any of these. I've almost made this before, but I just didn't need to. More fodder, pretty much never going to use it unless it's getting sent to the graveyard. And then you play 2 of the little birds. These are actually playables because you can make Zeus in this deck. I think I've done Zeus once. You have to use Map and have a regular normal summon, so it's very unlikely that you actually get to go into it, but it can out some boards that you normally wouldn't be able to, like if you Dark Ruler and then go into Zeus.
Yeah. Any shout outs you'd like to say?
Shout out to my boy Sean for hosting this deck profile. I really appreciate it. Been a pleasure seeing him again.
Thank you.
And my boy Gage for coming in second. He played the Prank Kid Brave Engine and crushed me.
He's right there. Y'all want to see? Yeah. So guys, if you like the videos, please leave a like, comment, subscribe. Also follow
Gaming, baby.
Doing Gaming. It will be in the description below. His content, guys, is really good. It helps you learn the game very well with side deck choices.
Meta calls, baby.
Meta calls, yeah. So if you like the video, you can hit that like button, and your boy is out.